And now, the exciting conclusion. It wasn't a creeper van. Okay, I'll do the damn episode. God. This is my second time recording this shit because I realized I wasn't recording. God damn you, Windows narrator. And you and your easy to understand controls and me screwing them up somehow. Now look, it's an old man, and he's talking about the weapon triangle. But here's important. It's a sword that reverses the triangle, the Lance Reaver. Basically, what the Reavers do, there's a Sword Reaver, Axe Reaver, and a Lance Reaver. It's like swords become good against lances, lances become good against axes, and axes become good against swords. So they're very helpful in a sticky situation, in case you have a sword user and there's like a ton of cavaliers surrounding it. Also, they seemingly do a lot bigger of a void/hit bonus in comparison than if you were going against an axe with a sword, say, than if you were going against a lance with a sword, with like a Lance Reaver. I'm not sure why, but like say Lynn, she had an iron sword and a Lance Reaver, and there was a cavalier and a brigand. She would hypothetically have like a 100% chance of hitting the brigand with the iron sword and a 30% chance of getting hit. Against the knight, she'd probably have like an 80, and the lance user would also have an 80 chance of hitting her. But with the Lance Reaver, the brigand would have like an 80% chance of hitting her, and she'd have like a 40% chance of hitting him. And against the cavalier, she would have a 100% chance of hitting him, and he would have like a 20 or less. The way it reverses the triangle, it severely reverses it. So it can either be super helpful or super hurtful. So you gotta be really careful with it. You also gotta be careful making sure that when you check the units, like you may basically think, okay, it's a soldier, it should be easy to take care of with Kent. I'll just go and run up to it with on a lance, and then you find out it has an Axe Reaver, which actually wouldn't be much of a problem because he uses a lance. So lance against an Axe Reaver really doesn't do anything. It's solder now. Yeah. Got nothing really to talk about. Not much has been going on lately. Like I said last video, I had finally some free time to record. And like I also said, I wasn't paying attention and I didn't realize I was recording. Or was not recording. Whatever. Grammar Nazis, no fun. Oh, you know what? There's something I could talk about. As of late, Seamus made a video that was talking about certain things rhyming. I can't even remember what it was, but then he was like, well, what could rhyme and be wrong? It's like, oh wait, well, Nazi Yahtzee, that would be pretty wrong. Wouldn't want to play that. So, got kind of curious, and I actually went looking for Nazi Yahtzee to see if there actually was Nazi Yahtzee. And there kind of is. There's a comic. The very first page I saw, it was like a comic. It was talking about how, and like half the people who commented were also like Nazi critical, which I'm not. I'm not a Nazi in disguise. Go Nazi Gadget. That would be terrible for Go Gadget to have. For Gadget to have. That would not be good. What the hell? Oh shit, it's lagging again. I'll be right back. This program's been running really slow lately. It's really annoying. I have to keep stopping the recording. Also, controlling the music and making it do all that crap is really obnoxious. Like that record scratch, go back into this video. Putting that in along with the audio just isn't fun. It's not fun. I aim for the soldier, I think, if I remember correctly, and I think he misses as well. You suck. And the ballista broke. Got into a whole big story about how certain stuff breaks when you shoot it, when you miss, even if you miss, and certain stuff doesn't. Like I was talking about how arrows, I think they should go down in usage even if you miss, because technically you're pulling back the bow and yada yada yada. So whatever, I don't really care. You see all those guys down there have corresponding weapons of Reaver bullcrap. The best way to go about it is send a guy down there with a sword, I think. Yep. Because against the Axe Reaver, he's actually going to be better, and against the Lance Reaver, nothing's going to change. So, that's a good plus. Also, something else I should mention, the Reavers give a +5 to critical. So that is one of the few soldiers in the game that can actually critical. I've never seen their critical. I literally think it's just them pulling back the lance, holding it for maybe a little bit longer, and then just stabbing. There's this guy, and I'm trying to think who else. There might be one later on with like a short spear. And there's a critical by Kent. Well, yeah, seriously, they don't ever critical. Never. Forever, never. Also, something else I should mention. Yogi Bear's another one of the stupid bosses that never moves. So you don't have to worry about that. Actually, technically, to tell you the truth, he actually does move. In a way. If he gets low enough on health, he'll actually move backwards and stand on the fortress. Which can get kind of annoying because then it gets harder to hit him, he heals, and he also gains extra defense. So, not that good. There he is with that damn Sword Reaver. There's something else I should mention. For some reason, axes get an extra weapon. They get a Sword Slayer. I have no idea what the hell the difference is, but they also get a Sword Slayer. Basically what that does is it has the same attack, maybe a bit higher hits, and 20 uses instead of 15. Jeez, what, like a critical hit chance, maybe better, not for sure. And also it does extra damage, I think, against Myrmidons. Which it's supposed to already do extra damage against Myrmidons because it's a Sword Reaver. And for some reason the Sword Slayer, though it sounds so much better, is worthless if you try to sell it. You cannot buy... Well, actually you can buy the Sword Reaver later on. Not the Slayer, I don't think. For some reason, the Sword Reaver is worth more. I have no freaking clue why. Search me. But I hate those Sword Slayers. They are deadly as shit. I was playing Sacred Stones. I had a Swordmaster with 40 HP. Insta-kill, one hit. Not even a critical. Just like, bam. One and done. It just looks so funny when Kent beats a brigand using a lance. It just looks so silly. Makes absolutely no sense. And if you want to know how it exactly reverses the order, I have no clue why it reverses. And look at that. He'll just get effing owned in the A if he tries it. So I'm actually going to send Urk over, I think, and take care of him. Or is it Lynn? Do I send Lynn? Because Lynn could work. It is an axe user. Well, axe whatchamacallit. What's going on here, boo-boo? I'm gonna be insulted by the arrow and the hunters. Get it? Cause his name's Yogi Bear? Or at least Yogi. He has the Yogi part. He must get made fun of so much in school for that. Hey, it's Yogi. Guess you're wearing armor cause you're fat. Yeah, Yogi Bear. Hey, you want this picnic basket, nerd? Why am I talking to myself? I'm always talking to myself. Wish the TV was on so I feel like I'm somewhat talking to someone. But whatever. I don't know. Do I even use Urk? I think I do. Right? Yeah, I step by and let Urk. Except Urk kills him. What a bitch. I wanted to get the final blow with Lynn. God, Urk is just a tank of an archer. It makes no sense. He'd be a better general than he would be an archer. Or at least like a knight. He has defense. He doesn't have too much speed. Makes no sense. See, Lance Reavers, they swept back to the regular way. So using a Lance Reaver against a guy... Actually, I don't know. If he critical hit here, I would have frickin' thrown my computer halfway across the room. Also, she didn't miss, because she couldn't miss. With a 100% chance. She shouldn't have been able to miss with a 91% chance, but we're not talking about that. That should be a B in swords and a done in chapter. And he starts talking about the people they were fighting. They attacked without hesitation. Well, they blew without hesitation, so I want to tell you that much. How come they're still level 1s? They deserve to die. Who the hell's still level 1 at this point? Yeah, seriously, where the hell were you? I needed you so much during that last chapter. That is a blatant lie. I need nothing of you. He's been poisoned. Poisoned. How come Matthew was the one to take care of this? Shouldn't they send someone who was like more defensive, more someone you could trust? But why couldn't they send Kent? I know that would kind of screw you over in this chapter, but still, it would have made more sense if they sent Kent or someone along those lines. Oh yeah, and this is where he tells... Yep. So now we're traitors. As if we already weren't traitors by fighting them. But now we're traitors, so... Not quite sure what the difference is, but sure, let's go with it. Alright. We're on one last chapter before the finale of the tutorial. Back to Carthlet. Alright, see you guys.